A key element to the Navy's Ready Relevant Learning Initiative as part of the service's Sailor 2025 directive to modernize how the Navy trains the sailors of tomorrow is to bring follow-on training directly to the point of need, or to the waterfront. An example of bringing training to the waterfront can be seen at the Naval Submarine School in Groton, Connecticut. Utilizing various simulators, sailors can continue their training while ships and subs come into port.
So our submarine bridge trainer up here is a way for us to take modern training opportunities and bring that to the waterfront for the submarines, so they actually get real hands-on, real-world in-theater training opportunities, so that when they go on a theater, everything is familiar, right? They've seen this before, nothing's new, right? And it kind of just helps get that battle rhythm and get those submarines out of port safely. And it really builds that experience level, so that when they do come back, they can be like, oh, that training was great. I didn't know what this Navi looked like, because there's not a course training product for that yet. But we saw it in your integrated submarine piloting and navigation trainer, and some of the training opportunities you gave us and feedback you gave us from what our routine looked like, was great. So that's always really good to hear, is boats coming up and telling us how great the training is and how they're able to take this new training technology and apply it in the boat. And it's all about immersion, right? So you can see around us, even the walls are painted seafoam green to make it as real as possible for these boats when they come up here. And just immersing them in a real life scenario, so that when they're training here, they can make those mistakes, go through those really hard, challenging scenarios, and not have to worry about putting the boat at risk.
With modernized simulators available, sailors are able to train for scenarios that would be too dangerous to conduct out at sea.
The Virginia Ships Control Trainer is used to facilitate training for the boats for evolutions that would be possibly dangerous for ships to conduct out at sea, or evolutions that are hard to simulate, such as flooding, where here we can simulate flooding where we can get real heavy in a compartment, and you can actually experience the angle that the ship would get, where if you would do it on the boat, you can't, because we're not going to load 100,000 pounds of water on the boat for flooding evolution. We can do that here though, and you can experience it, feel what it's like, so you can experience it and know what to do in a casualty situation so you can save the ship.
For commands, waterfront training brings an unparalleled level of convenience and flexibility.
So the benefits of the trainers here at the waterfront are they give us the exact same situations that we have on board the boat, be it ship control, with us be able to change planes angles, actual angle of the ship, practice things such as surfacing through ice, through casualty scenarios, to other things such as our sonar and fire control systems that we use to actually navigate through the ocean in the exact same way as it looks on board the ship. And in this case, we can do it right up the hill for us, get into the training, go take that training, finish that for that day, head back down to the boat, and then still continue work. So in the matter of only about 4 hours, we can go transition from being on the boat, conducting maintenance, conduct specific training that we had scheduled for that day, or to cover an area that we identified as weak before we went back to sea, and then be back on the boat, not really interfering significantly. And in some cases, it's sufficient that we can get back in time to send a whole second group up there to knock out training the very same day. So by being on the waterfront, it allows us to have not only ourselves be able to conduct training, but we can also use squadron and other boats in the area to also experience that same training and evaluate us if necessary.
For the Naval Education and Training Command, I am Dustin Gautney.